Hello everyone, my name is Christopher, and welcome to the video that I think is long overdue, and there needs to be an explanation on some things. And one of those things that I wanted to talk about today was the gaps between videos, like 2 to 3 weeks to maybe even a month, if it gets to that point. The gameplay you're seeing right now, it is the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War beta that was going on. I have like 3 gameplays of it, and this is one of 3. So my editor was kind enough to put these all together. They're not edited or anything like that, but he was willing to compile all 3 of them into this video. So thank you, editor. But with that out of the way, let's get into why I haven't been uploading recently, or not as much, and why there's a long gap. Now, there's a lot to talk about, and one of the things that I wanted to kind of get into was my health. Now, I don't want to, but I'm not going to go all full mini lad and say, oh, the reason behind, the sort of stuff that I've done or whatever is behind my mental health. That's not what it's going to be. It's just my health in general that has been having a heavy impact on me uploading anything, really. And I kind of wanted to just talk about that. So, if y'all don't know, for the people that were around my channel back in like 2018, 2019, or no, well, technically 2018, I was trying to get into this thing called the Core League, and it was my big inspiration. It was like my one and only shot to race with my favorite NASCAR YouTubers, and I even put a Twitter thread about it, and I'll pop it up on screen right now. But basically, to summarize it up, I wanted to race against some of my favorite NASCAR YouTubers, and that wasn't going to happen, mainly because I couldn't get accepted in because it was full, and not thankfully, but JC1424 was kind enough to respond to the whole thing, and it was really nice of him. I never have that happen to me, so it was really nice to see JC comment on the thread I made, but I was trying to get into that, and I didn't get accepted into it because it was full. So I continued to do the NASCAR Heat 3 stuff that I was doing, which was the career mode. And for the people that were around at that time, you would know that I did the Heat 3 career mode, and then abruptly I stopped it, mainly because I wasn't enjoying the game, and I decided to leave YouTube as well because I didn't like the game, and it felt like that was going to be the one and only thing that people wanted, was for me to play NASCAR Heat 3 and really just be burned out from playing it, because that's what I felt like. But I know that's not what you guys wanted, and ultimately I took the wrong opportunity, to just leave YouTube right then and there, because I told myself I wasn't enjoying making the content I was making, but I really was. But NASCAR Heat 3 on its own was like affecting my health in many, many ways. I get angry at the game, and like I'd be mad the rest of the day, or it would just hurt me a lot, because I was hitting stuff, I was hurting myself, I was like slamming my fist on like anything that I could come across, and I was hurting myself, evidently. And I didn't like it, so I took the opportunity to leave, and I was thinking to myself, well, maybe I should come back. And so I did, and I came back, and I ultimately took down all the videos because I wanted a fresh start, and I regret it every single day, because I know for a fact that a lot of you guys wanted to watch those videos, and if I was to come back, I'd play like the new NASCAR Heat game that was out, but I didn't do that, for reasons that I can't even explain, because I can't even think of a reason behind me deleting all of them. I guess I wanted a fresh start, so I guess that's one of the reasons. But I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to delete all the videos, but that's just what came across my mind, and now they're all gone. I'm pretty sure if I went to like a website that could find old videos and whatnot, I'm pretty sure I would be able to find all my old NASCAR Heat videos and maybe re-upload them if I was lucky. But basically, I took my one and only shot of ever getting into the Core League away from myself. And the reason why I say that is because when I left and deleted all my stuff, I literally told myself that I am not considered a NASCAR YouTuber, and I'm just someone with 40 plus subscribers, and that's it. And that's not the person that I wanted to be. Like, I wanted to be a part of the NASCAR community and everything like that. But I just didn't. It came across my head that I just shouldn't do it anymore. And I mean, you could just tell where that put me later on when I came back. And to be fair, I never wanted to delete anything. I never wanted to leave, but it was just how bad, like, how bad the NASCAR Heat 3 game was. And I didn't enjoy it. I hated every second of it. And I just didn't know what to do. So I decided to come back to YouTube, and I just didn't consider myself a NASCAR YouTuber, and not a lot of people did either. And I didn't really care at the time, and now it's just kind of like, well, now I look back on it, and it just shows that I took my opportunity away from myself. And I want to, take opportunities and like use them to my advantage or whatnot. Like, if there's an opportunity, if there was ever an open opportunity to go into the Coral League, I'd be willing to do that. I'd be willing to take it and try to get into the Coral League. But at the time, I just didn't see myself ever coming across it, because I just told myself I'm never going to get into it. I'm never going to join it. And so that's where I guess the whole, reasoning behind uploads is not, that consistent, is because I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. And I know for a lot of the people that came for like the NASCAR stuff, I mean, I let you guys down and I let myself down, because I mean, I can obviously tell you a lot of you guys don't want some of the games that I'm posting, and some of you guys just want NASCAR stuff, and I'm willing to go back to it if a ton of people, want me to. And even though the Core League is not being ran on the NASCAR Heat 5 game at the moment, and it's being ran on iRacing, I basically had to just second guess that, or not second guess it, but I basically reminisced on me just leaving YouTube and deleting everything NASCAR related. And I just remembered that I could have gotten in maybe in Heat 4 if I just kept trying hard enough. And my biggest weakness is not trying hard enough. Like, I don't know what it is with me, but I literally just cannot try for anything. I just give up on it. And I gave up on, being a part of the Coral League after, I just left YouTube back like 2 years ago in 2018. And, I mean, I wanted to get into it, and because I left it, I just told myself, it was the worst decision I could have ever made, because, I mean, there's nothing else that I could have, there was nothing else I really could have done, like come back to YouTube and be like a Call of Duty channel when Call of Duty wasn't even doing that well, and I just didn't want to do that. I didn't know what game to play, so I just was like, you know what, I'll become a Let's Play channel, and now look at me, I'm nowhere. And that was because my head was not in the right position for any of those, like, series that I did, including this current one with the Dead Rising one. Because I want to do it, but then I keep reminiscing on how much I effed up on, trying to get into the Core League, and how I just gave up. Because that's the one thing no one should ever do, and that's give up. And if you do, I mean, you're becoming like a ton of people that gave up in the past, and that's something that I became a part of. I just gave up, and I went back to YouTube. Obviously, I went back to doing Let's Plays and whatnot, and I just wasn't I'm just not happy with it. That's the thing. Like, I enjoy NASCAR so much. I know a lot of you guys came for the NASCAR stuff, and I felt like I let you guys down, and I let myself down. And I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but hopefully it's enough. But to be fair, like, I'm just not happy with what the stuff that I'm uploading. Like, if I'm willing to, like, play any game that I would want, without the extent of, people, not a whole lot of people watching it, I mean, I wouldn't be fine with that. Like, I would want people to watch my stuff and, be entertained or something like that. And I just felt like whenever I was doing like the NASCAR Heat 3 stuff, no one was being entertained from it because nobody was really watching it at the time. And the thing is I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people that did, but to me there just wasn't enough people watching it. So that's kind of the one thing that's kind of the one thing, or the one and only thing that kind of prevents me from uploading, is how I just keep reminiscing on how I messed up my opportunity of being, a core league, racer and whatnot. How I became a Let's Play channel, and I was fine with being a Let's Play channel at first, and now I just see, people just not enjoying it as much anymore, not enjoying the content, and I'm just like, well, now I just don't feel happy. Now I just want to leave again. And I don't want to do that. And that's why I want to ask if I should go back to making NASCAR content. And maybe even try to get into the core league if that's even possible. Like, get a PC, maybe get iRacing and run that. Like, I don't have to just do NASCAR content. I could do F1 content if you guys want. But it really just comes down to you guys and what you guys want. I mean, maybe I'll make a decision on my own, but to be fair, like, it all kind of just comes down to if I'm willing to do it, and sometimes I'm not willing to do it, but if I want to be happy with what I'm doing, and if you guys want to be happy with what you're watching, I'm fine with doing NASCAR and maybe even F1 stuff if you guys want. But yeah, that's just one of the main things, because after I did that, my health got affected because I just wasn't happy, and because I wasn't happy, I felt depressed. And after I felt depressed and whatnot, I just didn't want to do YouTube, and that's why I needed days off and whatnot. So that's why there's like a long gap between videos. And also add on top of the fact that I have family health problems, and some of you guys may or may not know, but my brother has epilepsy. He's gone 2 straight years without a seizure or anything like that, which is amazing. But for the 2 years, but when I was doing the Heat 3 stuff, I was basically watching my brother at the same time. Not only was I making the videos and editing it down and whatnot, but I had to keep an eye on him in case he had one. And it affected my health so bad that I was stressed out, and I just didn't want to make content anymore. And that's another reason why I left. It wasn't just because of, it wasn't just because I thought, no one was watching it, or because I wasn't enjoying the game, because I really wasn't enjoying Heat 3 because it was garbage. But at the same time, like, I was watching my brother at that time, and even like last year, my mom had an allergic reaction, and she hasn't had one since. But it's just like I was watching the both of them. But when I was making the Heat 3 content, I broke down crying to my parents, basically saying that I'm just gonna give up, or not to my parents, but to my mom, basically saying, one day I'm just gonna give up from this whole thing. Basically, because of the amount of stress that was being inflicted on me, and how much, watching over my brother really affected me a lot. I just told her I'm just gonna give up one day. I'm gonna pass it on to someone else that they can watch over him, because I couldn't do it for the extended period of time like I was doing it for. Because I did it for I did it in 2018, 2019, and I've done it this year as well. And with all that stress, my health has been affected as well from it. And I've had, like, stomach pain and whatnot. I've had, like, massive headaches and everything like that. And that's just all because of the stress that's building on top of myself. And the one thing I feel I could escape from that is just doing YouTube stuff. And I feel like if I could just do YouTube stuff, everything will be fine. I won't have to worry as much. But it just seems like that now, that's just what it seems like. I'm having to worry a whole lot about, my brother and everything like that. And I should, because he's basically family. And even though we don't get along as well, he's still family. And that's the one thing. You and your parents, or you and your siblings might not get along, but you're still family. That's the thing. And watching over him for like 2 years straight was stressful on me, that I just couldn't do YouTube, and I needed to focus on myself. And now that I've come back, the stress is the same even if I'm doing YouTube or if I'm not doing YouTube. It's the same thing. There's no there's no in between. It's either I do YouTube and I'm stressed out if I don't know what's gonna happen to my brother or my mom, or I'm doing YouTube and I don't know what's gonna happen to either of them. Like, that's the one thing that annoys me the most. It's how no matter what I do, whether I do YouTube or not, I'm gonna be stressed out about something. And now, I mean, even at this current moment, like, I'm still stressed out about a lot of stuff. But, like, that's the reason why there's, like, a huge gap between, like, videos and whatnot, is because of just the amount of stress that I've had to endure for the past, like, 2-3 years. And it ain't great, and it ain't fun. And I wanted it to stop, and I thought the only way for it to stop was if I stopped doing YouTube and focused on my health. And when I did that, it came back, and I mean, now I just don't know what to do. But yeah, but I mean, I want your guys' opinion on this whole thing. Let me know what you guys think I should do for, let's say, video wise. If you guys want like NASCAR stuff or just racing stuff in general, let me know in the comment section below, and I mean, I'll do it. And yeah, I mean, I'm willing to do whatever you guys want. If you guys want me to do like NASCAR content, I'll do that. If you guys want me to do F1 content, I'll do that. But I just want to be somewhere where I'm not as stressed out and I'm not as, struggling to find out what people want and what people don't want. So, but yeah, just living in constant stress and having anxiety as well at the same time, it's not great. And I just want everyone to know that it's not great to have stress and anxiety at the same time, because it's the worst feeling ever. And to anybody that has a lot of stress and has a lot of anxiety, there we go, and can basically put up with it with like one or two of their family members at the same time. I mean, I applaud you, because there's no way I would be able to do it. But I've done it for 2 years now, and I don't know how. But yeah, so that's technically all I wanted to talk about. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, hit notification down below. Hopefully, you guys can kind of understand why there's like not that many uploads, or why there's a long gap between uploads, mainly because of stress and anxiety and just constant fear of something happened to my family members, and how after 2018, when I wasn't enjoying, like, whenever I was doing NASCAR stuff, and I wasn't enjoying like the NASCAR Heat game, NASCAR E3, which is what it was called, and not enjoying that, and just affecting my health pretty badly. I mean, hopefully you guys can understand that. But thank you all so much for watching. My name is Christopher. I'm Alan Sluter. Have a great day. Peace out. Hopefully this clears the air on a ton of things. But thank you. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.